not hearing you. Is your mic on anymore? You sound low as fuck. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know, Lucky. Did you adjust your mic? Let's add in.
Hello?
Yo.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Not much. Just wrapping up. 4:30 in the morning over here. I got work in like an hour. So what's going on, sir?
Nothing. Just, happy to come on the show for inviting me, sir.
How was your final round experience? Obviously, I know some of the drama around the button situation.
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome and absolutely terrible. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't see. I can't weigh it and say I don't think the guy was malicious.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went by the Evo is the end all as far as rules, and I think Wizard probably just looked at it and went, yeah, okay, whatever. And I can't. Again, I as a old school player, I've always lived with the attitude. Yeah, we hear you. I've always lived with the attitude of whatever game you're playing, whatever the button layouts are that they have,
Right.
that's what you should have for your stick, not these 35 buttons.
Right.
Wow.
No, so
let me just interject. Who said a lion? Ryan's favorite animal is a lion. Lucky.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah. You hear me? Lucky. I don't know. Your mic's acting up. Anyway, go back to you. Sorry, man. All right. So, what were the things you liked about the event? What were the things you were? Obviously, I know what you didn't like.
Yeah, okay, I think I'm here. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you, but you're jumping. I hear you.
All right, cool. Can I say my favorite animal now?
What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite animal? I can't hear you. Your mic is all fucked up now, dude. Alright, he's dropped, that's why. Alright, go ahead, Abraham. I keep getting freaking jumped on here, and Ryan just hit me up again. So what was your good moments? What was your bad points?
the tournament was actually really good. It's actually one of my favorite tournaments because it's the place where I met a lot of my friends that I have today.
Mm-hmm.
And we always go to Spondovitz and all that good stuff. And luckily for the last 2 years, things went well as far as the tournament went for me. But this year, it wasn't so good in terms of my performance. But in the singles anyway, we won the curly mustache, and then we did a.
Alright. Why is this thing dropping?
Hello?
Yep. Yeah, it dropped. I don't know why.
Let
me drop him and see if it stays stable. Maybe it's his connection. Go ahead.
Where did I drop off?
The good part. You meeting your friends and going to the restaurant.
Yeah. So, and as far as performance went this year, we won the curly, and we did an old school Marvel 2 tournament, and I got second. So that was decent. That was okay. But the whole thing that happened with full schedule, I just want to say from my end or my piece what happened. A lot of people actually don't know the full story, or what is it that exactly happened. when Full Schedule and I played, I actually I saw his stick, and there was like more buttons on it, but I didn't. When you're like playing in a tournament and you're in that situation when you are about to qualify for top 16 or top 8, you're just concentrating on the match, or at least I am, and I'm trying my absolute best to obviously qualify. But the thing is after I lost, right, I of course wasn't like extremely happy, because when you lose, like if you're competitive, you're gonna be a little bit, either salty, or you're gonna be like, you wish you would have done better. But that wasn't why I was like upset at the whole situation. We were outside when the venue closed for the day, and other people just in the vicinity were just brought up the subject about things that were configured, or like pads, and the whole subject came up. And then it was mentioned that it was brought up like, yeah, like Full Schedule has like 4 extra buttons, if I'm not mistaken. So then in the midst of talking about it, it was brought up as to what they do exactly, and if it's legal or not illegal. So here's the thing, like I wasn't upset at the fact that he used them or didn't use them. It's because it was brought up that he had been told that it was illegal in the past. That was the first thing that was brought up to me. So then it said, yeah, like other tournament organizers in the past, and you guys can check on Twitter as to what things were brought up. I'm really not the guy to say, oh, this person said this or this person said that. I'm just telling you guys what happened.
Yeah.
It's obviously out there that some organizers' names were brought up, that they had told them that it was illegal.
Okay.
That was what the conversation was at first. So when I first heard this, I'm like, if he had known that it was illegal to do whatever it is that he did with the stick, and he's still using that stick, then that kind of sucks for me, or for just anyone in general who may lose to him, because they banned his stick for a reason, So that was my initial reaction. Also because that match was an important match to qualify for pretty much almost top 8 in winners, Yeah. So obviously I wasn't like happy at the time when I had heard that he had already been told not to do that. So of course, I'm not happy, and I say on Twitter, like, yo, I lost programmable stuff that was like illegal. All right. So then fast forward, and by the way, like it was explained to Larry what exactly those buttons do, and he said that in his tournament that, yeah, it's confirmed that it was illegal. He says, yeah, that you can't do that because blah blah blah. The people know the story behind that. And he said that, he's not going to allow it. So based off of that, and again, at the time, it was believed that he had already been told. I was like, oh, this sucks. Like I wish you would have beaten me, fair and square. And nothing to take away from him. He's actually a really good player. But I wish at the time, my line of thinking was, wow, like I wish he would have played me without, something that was illegal or whatever, like he obviously put those buttons there for a reason, right? Enough to where some people said, hey, you can't use this. This is too much of an advantage. Now, that's where I was upset. Fast forward to, as the night progressed, and like they contact those people that Full Schedule had actually said that they told them it was legal. Those people were told on Twitter, they were asked, say their opinion as to why it was legal. And this Full Schedule goes, hey, wait a minute. These they told me that I can use the stick in the past. So then now I'm like, whoa. So did they or didn't they? And what's going on here? Like because some people are saying that they didn't, and you're saying that they did. So Full Schedule goes on there and says, no, I didn't. I had been told that everything was cool and I could use it. All right, so now I'm back to being on Full Schedule side, because now I'm like, okay, so if they really told him that he could use that stick with whatever inputs and buttons that help him, then that's not his fault. You know, if anything, like, all right, he's just using something that they told him it was okay to use, and I actually put that on Twitter. That if he thought everything was okay because other organizers told him it was okay, then it's not his fault, and like, then I'm not upset at him at all. You know, it's
Yeah.
whatever. But then now we have this, we have this difference of opinion where, like, it's rumored that the organizer, and he said that the organizers, yes. Eventually, said organizers came on there, and I guess there was a miscommunication as to exactly what the buttons do or whatnot. But at the end of the day, it was brought out that they were okay with the path. So once that happened, um, I didn't think much. I wasn't let go of the whole situation because basically he was under the impression, under their approval, that he could use it. I don't know how the miscommunication happened, where like at first they thought it was illegal, and now like maybe they forgot or something. But at the end of the day, he's told that it was okay to use it. So then once I learned that, I said, okay, so then he didn't do anything wrong to begin with. I mean, not in the eyes of the organizers that told him it was okay. Larry, obviously doesn't necessarily he may agree with those other organizers, which is I think something that actually I think was important that was brought up, just an issue itself to be addressed in the first place. Like, where are we going to draw the line to what should be allowed, what shouldn't be allowed, blah blah blah. That type of thing.
You there?
Yeah, and if you actually notice, like, he did perform well, in top 8.
Yeah.
But certain things that he was doing in pools, or against other players when he did have those buttons, even if they didn't make the greatest of differences, let's say they helped him maybe 5 to 10%, a low percentage, might we say. In a game like Marvel, that could be extremely important. Like, it's a difference maker for sure, because in Marvel, one single hit can change the percentage
the whole
ratio
face of the game.
Now, again, I am not taking absolutely anything away from him as a player or as a person, because again, he went in there believing that everything was legit, and as a player, he's actually really good. It's just him having this other, perhaps, enhancer, it make a bit of a difference, because as you could see, like, he was not able to do as many as he was in, which was extremely huge for certain situations. Like, if I call my him doing seismos at any time, multiple of them can cause my assist to really get to really drain his HP. And just in general, his movement was still good. It's just other things that weren't, let's say, 100% executed correctly, like they were in other matches.
Yeah. I mean, the button. At the end of the day, those buttons did help him.
Yeah. So, but I mean, the thing is like, a lot of people thought that, like, my intention was to discredit his win or whatnot. Like, my intention was just to address the issue, like, in general, if it's legal or if it's illegal, or if this is going to be something that's going to be, like, permanent in tournaments, or does it really come down to the certain organizers? Like, I just have a difference of opinion. Like, at this certain event, you could use anything you want. At this other event, now you're going to have to disconnect your buttons.
Yeah, I mean, and this is something that I was talking to Larry about earlier. My whole thing is there should be a consensus across the board to every TO. What's legit, what's not. Now, I don't give a shit. You want to call it a macro, you want to call it a fucking coconut. I don't give a shit what you want to call it. The point is, is if there's no conformity amongst the events, you're going to have issues like this arising all the time.
Yeah, like, again, his overall performance in general, like, without it, it's still really good. It's definitely, like, really, really good. But when I played him, he was doing certain execution like things that I was like, whoa, like, I'm playing against a robot for sure. Like, I cannot call my assist at all. Like, I cannot approach him. Like, this is some other level. Like, he must have practiced this like
It's like robotic shit.
Yeah, like 10,000 hours. Like, this is amazing, you know? And again, he still did really well in top 8, but like the level of execution, you could tell there was a slight difference, a significant difference. So I mean that's really what happened. Like and I obviously I'm not including the, drama details of like who said what to this. It's like, I mean, it's not really like my style to do that. Like I just figure Twitter that's what it's there for.
Yeah, it's there's got to be a sense of conformity. I mean, they have to get something. I mean, like I said earlier, listen, whatever the game's designed at, that's what the button should be. Period. I mean, I know guys like to put dashes as button. No, if
But that's just like, I mean, again, where do you draw the line? Like, like certain players in Street Fighter use the select option. Like they use the select thing to do the inputs. There's like certain configurations that may even be hidden. That's tough. That's a tough call.
My thing is, if doing, if setting up X Factor is as a 3-button press or a 1-button press, no, the game was designed to be a 3-button press. That's how you do it. That leaves the room for human error that separates the better player from the worst player. By making it easier, by making it a 1-button thing, it is, in my eyes, hurting who's the better players, because you're not all on equal playing field. If you play the game in its truest form, but somebody else is using button layouts that give them an advantage, it's hurting the game itself. And the game, it's been going on for so long now, it's hard to change it now.
Yeah. What about players that, for example, like didn't figure it as others, but they still have like a 1-button dash? Like that exists in Marvel like right now. But they've gotten used to it, to playing with it so much that's how they play the game for like years now.
But
like,
that's the problem. Now it's already burnt in, unfortunately. But like if Marvel 4 was to come out, I would say, look, this is the way it should be. You learn how you could play on a pad, a stick, or a fucking hitbox, but you have to use the layout that's the default layout. So practice it that way.
Yeah, I mean that's one way, but see the thing about that is like there's so many majors now these days that I don't know if everybody's gonna agree. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many like tournament organizers and like staff with like different perspectives and difference of opinion as to what's abusing it, what's pushing the limits. That I don't know if it's actually viable to say, yo, this is the set of rules that you guys are gonna have to follow.
But then you're never going to find any conformity in this league. This league shit that's supposed to be building up. It's not going to happen. And you're always going to have those problems, and you're always going to have these judgment calls, and then once the judgment call becomes a matter of a TO, what's going to stop a TO from saying, I go to Alex's, I go to SCR, and I get caught with something like that, and he don't like me, let's say, so it's like now he's basing it judged off of what happened or his belief of me. You're always going to get some kind of bias that can happen. So if you make a set of rules that this is the way it is, it's in black and white, then you can't argue with it. There is no argument. And if something does become an issue, being that the TOs usually have multiple TOs at an event, they can conference it like a bunch of hockey refs and say, look, no, this is, we talked it over and this is what's happening. Which is what they did for this. But this is something that it shouldn't have happened, to be honest. From what I saw, apparently, Mr. Wizard okayed it. Now, I'm not blaming Mr. Wizard. But, my point is, what does Mr. Wizard have to do with Final Round?
I think that because Evo is seen as like, the Super Bowl of gaming, or fighting games rather, it sort of sets a standard that other people might just automatically refer to, because it's like, again, like the standard of championships, I guess.
Yeah, but my thing is, again, and that is true, but we already established that there is no set of rules. It's the Wild West. So, I mean, if there's no rules, why all of a sudden does his voice carry over to every other event? Is it something that's just because it was another major? Or, what if I was playing and it happened to me at, like, Defending North is, I don't know, they're saying it's a major. I still say it's a regional because it's Defending the North with only Northerners attacking each other, except for your boy that fucking came out here.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like that's also another thing, like what defines a major, what doesn't, like, yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's just a tough call in general, and it's tough. I mean, you know as well as I know, it's tough to like set a standard in general about anything in the community because there's a difference of perspective. There's difference of opinions everywhere. So
Yeah. But if you
anyway,
but you gotta keep in mind if they can at least establish, look, there's three things you could use: a hitbox, a controller, or a pad. You could go out and build your own pad. That's fine. You could build your own controller, your own hitbox. That's fine. But it has to be to a spec. You can't have 125 buttons on the fucking thing. Where a one button jump. I mean, if that's the case, then there will be macros. Yeah, I'm just gonna put Hadoukens on one button.
Which brought up, like this is brought up also, like, in like like legal documents all the time, like, the concept of the slippery slope. Like if you stop one thing that may necessarily be like close to another concept, is that other concept going to fall into that category too? The shades of gray, where do we draw the line? It's so tough. Like, I mean, I didn't even pay attention exactly to the technical aspects of the buttons themselves. I was just more worried about, like, if he had explained this to other tournament organizers before and they had told him a certain and the opposite, then that's what upset me from the get-go. But this later on brought out to light that it had actually been okay with it. So I let it go, because I mean, I had already lost. So like, it's not like they're gonna there's not like they're gonna reverse the tournament for me to play for the for that top 8, top 16 spot again. So.
And they're not, and it's unfortunate because he went through 80% of the tournament already at that point.
Yeah. But I mean, like the only thing is like that I was reflecting on, just like by myself, is if he should have been allowed to keep the buttons the way that because like you said, if he already gone through 80% of the tournament and there had been other players that had already faced him and had to deal with that. And again, he was under the impression that everything was legit. Like, should they have told him to like take it apart? And I don't know. It's a tricky thing. Like, I don't know.
I mean, Larry's. It was obviously something that has never really. I haven't seen it thrown out. As something that's happened before. Which goes to make me wonder, like, how many motherfuckers have snuck in with some kind of grimy thing and gotten away with it.
Yeah, like I heard that back in the Marvel 2 days. Like this is way back. Like Moss Sticks had a yellow button, and Yaps was telling me stories about how like certain players, when they were like gonna lose, they would like mash the stick, like because Marvel mashing like it's actually like really like relevant.
Mm-hmm.
They would mash the button, and sometimes they would hit like the yellow button on a Moss Stick, which would sometimes cause blue screens, and a blue screen on the Dream
Shot. Shut it off. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to restart the match. So they would pretend to mash, hit the yellow button, and then go back to mashing, and so then they get the match restarted.
And that's fucking grimy, man. Oh, you thought you were gonna win, huh? Well, 2 out of 3 is gonna take 4 hours at this rate.
By any means necessary.
Man. But I mean, it's gotta.
You think I flew all the way from California to lose? Nah, dog.
We're gonna stay in pools until fucking 2 in the morning. I don't give a shit. I ain't getting out until I get my wins. Especially if the other motherfucker, and if the other motherfucker knows it too.
They were like,
every match is gonna go to blue screen for like an hour.
Yeah, dude. He was like, I don't know what happened. I was just mashing in blue screen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Yeah, as it happens, restart the match.
I wonder how long those matches would last after a while. You just had to be really tired or want to go drink. You're like, you know what, fuck it, just let it go now. But if you like bright and early, bushy tailed, you're like, nah, I'm not losing not that way. Just reset it. Keep resetting it.
You know what's crazy though? Like I was actually like there, like I learned that there's like ways that um you can actually program these buttons or do macros, like, and you can hide them inside of like the actual configuration of like the inside of the stick, so they're not really noticeable. Like you can program them on a 6 to 8 button configuration without it being like, you know, like 10 to 12 buttons, and nobody would ever know you're doing. They would actually have to look at your hands while during the match, and really, who's gonna do that? You know, you're paying attention to.
Yeah, you're playing.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, that's another thing that I was like, wow, like what's stopping somebody from doing that? You know?
I mean, it's again, it comes down to. I mean, I know the TOs may not all agree all the time, but I a couple of weeks ago I came out with my 10 commandments that people got to do, like bathe. These are things that shouldn't be
That's a good one.
They're not even optional. It's just being a fucking human. Take a bath.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I heard that you or somebody on your show had come up with an idea to to like force people to smell at least decent at tournaments, so that they would have to be mandatory like speed sticks at the table.
Yeah, just have a fucking couple of, what's it gonna cost you? Fucking to fill up the tables. 100 people, I'll go to fucking Old Spice and I'll be like, yo, you want to sponsor an event? Just give me fucking 4 or 5 cases of fucking speed stick. That's all. I don't need money. You'll get all the free publicity.
Like you go on the website and like the registration where you sign up and they show the sponsors. They show like Mad Cats, blah blah, and then speed stick.
I would go get like Axe, because then you could just spray it and they don't have to keep it.
Hey, that's a better one.
Just fucking spray yourself down before your matches.
Axe, and you know how they have like the little subtitles, like like mystery, Axe Aqua. This would be like
Axe FGC.
Yeah, something.
Axe stink ass.
Yeah, Axe Godlike or something.
But it's there's so much that needs to happen, and it's like, I was saying earlier, I even reached out to Wtih today. The other day. Hold on, what do we got here? I'm not gonna forget you, Carl. It's. I even said to him, come on the show. We could talk. Of course, I got my typical West Coast love response. Oh, I'm never ever gonna go on your show because of what you said about the donation drive. Really? It's like, for all the shit that you had your lackey say about me, calling me a cancer to the community, and you stood by idle, and you're gonna hold this one thing where I questioned the money. I didn't call anybody a thief. I just said I want to see where the money went. And again, I reiterate this. I apologize to them. I ain't gonna kiss your ass. I ain't gonna suck your dick. It's the best you're getting. I said I was sorry, I was wrong. I told Tony Cannon personally through a Skype call that, it was my bad. But you got to understand where I came from. When a community can't fucking get $5 together to split a fucking Subway sandwich between 9 guys living in a fucking hotel room, and you come up with $250,000, it got to make you go, who's the sucker here? All the people that have tried to help people that cry poverty? Meanwhile, they had money.
Yeah, I mean, but I honestly think, like, I've met the Cannons, and I mean, like, I've spoken to Wizard, and despite any stories or whatnot, like, I really don't think like they would, or like like that money for that cost might go somewhere else. Like, that would be like too much, I think.
And again, I wasn't accusing them. I just said I want to make sure. And it's not because I don't believe them. It wasn't that I don't believe them. I didn't believe the community could actually come up with that kind of money.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see.
And there was money that was done fraudulently, but it wasn't the Cannons. I reiterate that. It was people in our community to fluff their numbers up. to get their game in, and when they found out their game didn't get in, what's the first thing they did? Stop payment.
Right.
So it was more of a wanting to know where it was coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I personally donated like $50 so that Marvel 2 would come back at Evo, and like, I mean, I don't know what happened because Marvel 2 didn't even get on the board.
Yeah. It wasn't even an option. You're like $50 donated by Neo. Oh wait, we didn't even put this game up.
Yeah, no, like my $50 were going up against like 50,000 for like Smash Bros. That's when I knew, like I gotta hold the L.
But it's again, it wasn't. Everybody's you're so mean. Maybe I'm mean. Fuck you then. I don't give a shit if you think I'm mean or not. I'm just looking at it and saying that I would rather expose it. And again, I wanted to put this in a positive light because when I saw that kind of money, my initial thing is I got a friend at the New York Times that I was going to say, yo, you got to write an article on this. That a bunch of fucking broke ass motherfuckers came out with $250,000 to breast cancer. And then I was like, how much of an asshole would I look like to do that to find out that this shit's all fraudulent? Yeah. And again, not on the Canon side. It could have been on anybody's side. I'm talking to my friend who's a writer, and I'm looking like an asshole. She's going, yeah, that's good. Your story of the goodness just turned into fucking, FGC fucking extorts and fucking rips off fucking the breast cancer fucking fund.
Yeah, exposure hour.
So it's like I didn't want to do that. But again, anybody that and this is the mentality that I've dealt with a lot, and it doesn't affect me really. I mean, I might yell and scream and tell people to suck my dick, but it's been a constant uphill battle with getting people. I mean, people telling me, "Oh, you're only doing this because you want to get notoriety." How many times have I got to say? I don't even make no money. I don't care about the money. I just don't want to keep paying the shrink $80 an hour. So you guys are my therapy. It's cheaper.
Oh, okay.
It's cheaper.
I can see. Okay, I can see. Actually, I can actually see that.
So it's like it's just a cheaper form of therapy.
The title of your show, that makes sense. Let me get some stuff off my chest. Okay, I see.
Exactly. It doesn't have to always be like everybody's like, oh, all this show does is. And I've even talked to what was this dude's name? He's an SRK dude too. I know you're gonna know him. What the hell is his name? JDSRK. And I was talking to him, and I said, he's like, well, you should go on a neutral ground to talk. I'll talk wherever you want. You want to talk on the phone? You want to talk on Skype? You want to talk on the show? You want me to go on James Chen and David's show? I'll go on that too. But to sit here and constantly be at odds with me, no matter what it is. I mean, I could turn around and fucking raise $100 million for this fucking scene, and these guys are like, no, we don't want it. We don't like you.
I think some of them might change their mind. You're raising that much money, maybe.
Yeah. Free Marvel shirts for everybody.
Like 99% of them, maybe.
But the thing is, it's like nothing. I've reached out to James Chen. I said, listen, let's just fucking try to. I brought the olive branches and said, look, I'm trying to make peace. But no, it's never good enough. So I'm to the point that I can't. Nobody can say I didn't try.
Well, maybe it's because you brought an olive tree, or olive leaf, maybe I don't know, for me, I would need a taco or something.
I bring a fucking sledgehammer. I mean, it's to that point that it's like, come on, get over it. It was a year ago. You're still crying about something a year later? I'll buy McRibs for the whole fucking SRK crew. Or Hot Pockets, whatever the fuck you want to eat, But it's like, if you want this scene to grow, I'm not going nowhere. That's what it comes down to. I'll go somewhere when I'm done. And until that point, you could say you hate me. You can go and say I'm not commentating on a stream because this person donated money. You could do whatever the hell you want, but you're not going to get me to go nowhere until I'm ready to go. And that'll happen, when I find myself a nice piece of ass. Yes, I'm a sexist, misogynistic fucking guy, a piece of ass. That makes me say I don't want to play games no more.
Damn, so that's gonna be a while then.
Exactly, because there ain't none that's tickled my pickle that good yet.
Oh, James.
But it's like I'm trying to make the scene grow. Certain people, and this is the way it's always been. Certain people feel they have the answers. There is no experts, including myself, in what it takes to make this scene grow. Everything's trial and error. There's no book on making this a successful business because it's not a business yet. The game development side's a business, and it ain't that successful, i.e. Chupacabra in fucking Ultra Street Fighter. It's like, it's not, I seen the faces of the people that weren't happy. They were just like, oh, really? Evil Cammy?
No, I can tell you, like I was there when they released the character. There was definitely like happiness from like one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like K-Brad.
He's like, my character's even better.
Like the room was like 99% what the video shows, and then you turn to K-Brad, and he's the only one going, "Oh my God, this is about to be real, dog! I am about to get paid all good." And like how his eyes like take up most of his face when he like gets excited. And and then I looked over at Infiltration, which I put up a picture of it, by the way. And you see him go, no, another Kami, no. And you hear K-Brad go, yes.
That's why they got to put Edition Select in to counteract this shit. Just let Edition Select go run rampant.
Yeah, like if you were to have like, like taking a footage from the back of the room, you would literally see just like, like sort of quiet or, like a little bit oohs and ahs here and there, not really. But then you hear one person go, "That's right."
I seen Ryan in the front just like, oh, really? He just had that look of, and it was just the video I just ran of the release. There was this girl that was sitting up the front, and she just had this look of, damn, I just got constipated. I mean, that's the only look she had on her face. Just like, man, I can't shit no more. And I felt bad because, I don't know what everybody expected.
I mean, like I said, like I expect, along the lines of like Bison's lost brother that we never knew of, like maybe randomly, to Mexico or China or Japan and somehow had a son. That would have been good. Like a young kid.
Jose.
Yeah. Instead of Ryu, Raul would have been good. Well, Raul, like we can get Raul in there. No,
I wanted Ken's wife. Uh-oh, did I lose you?
No, we good.
Yeah, I wanted Ken's wife. I thought that would have been good. And have her doing dragon punches. Anything.
Ken's wife doing a dragon punch?
Yeah. With the dress on and everything. The wedding dress.
Oh, man. Even, like, I know that they said that it wasn't going to be any new character. I mean, any character that you had seen in the past in a fighting game, per se. But even Charlie would have been really good, I feel like. I don't know. I always liked Charlie, so. But, like, I thought the best part was the funny video with Bison. Like, that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the video for me.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, but it was a troll video, which, I don't know, on a company standpoint, when you're trying to push something, I would have put, who said that? Abu Dhabi said, Diego Un Suarez. Put him in there. Put Diego in there, call him Diego Un Suarez.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would put Daigo in there. Fuck it. That would have been like, well, the king of parry, might as well. They could have did a lot, and it's kind of disappointing because even like the Hugos and Elena's, and I'm like, Poison's kind of cool, I guess, but I wanted new.
I feel like people are not. They're a little bit critical of the fact that they look a lot like the SFST
Yeah.
crew. But I don't know. Like I was at SEO, and when they released the live version, like the whole crowd got hyped. Like it was.
Yeah.
You had to be there to like feel like how much like people are like feeling like the characters from any version, even if it's tournament viable at first. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, overall, let's see how it goes. Because when it releases, it's going to replace, from what I'm told, it's going to uh, replace the game in the tour, the Pro Tour. So,
I think Capcom sometimes like has fun at
at the
in
consumer's expense.
I don't know if it's at our expense, but I think they have a little fun with like I don't know, maybe the FGC. Like Marvel was really when the Marvel people, the universe wanted Mega Man, and they just wouldn't give it to us. And then one of the stages of Ultimate shows like everybody captured or dead,
Yeah.
and then they have Mega Man, and then there's no specification on him. Like I think Capcom might do those things, like hold that. So I don't know. I'm telling you, every is like has mixed opinions on it, but at least K-Brad is really happy, and if K-Brad's happy, I'm happy. So,
Really? That's all it takes? As long as K-Brad's happy?
No, really, but it's a start.
Oh, man.
Like
I mean, look, he better be happy, because if he doesn't body motherfuckers with this fucking character, then that's not going to say a lot for him anymore.
James, let me tell you something. I am about to be, how I am already ridiculous? I am about to be super ridiculous.
Oh, God. I mean, it's going to be something to see. What's the release date again?
But anyways, on the whole, like, final round thing, that, like, that's... My experience at Majors is, like, 95% of the time, like, really, really, really good. Because, I, whether I'm sponsoring the event myself or whether I'm just like going there to compete, there's always something to do. Like, because I came to the scene at a time when I wasn't there yet, and all we had was play each other, and sometimes for money matches or that type of thing. So the competition was really, really, really stiff. Now, you have, you have sponsorships, or you have like, other activities that you can do at events. So like I'm like most of the time I have a lot of fun going to majors, or if I have to work a lot because of sponsoring an event. But every now and then something pops up, like this whole like controller thing or stick thing. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean it's hiccups in the system. It's hiccup in the system. Let me add Mr. Perfect Legend, too, because there was a little drama with him at final round.
What are you adding?
Perfect Legend.
Oh, wow. Yo, I just realized, like, here, what's a good excuse?
It's raining?
Somebody might be calling me, so I might have to go soon. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fucked up.
Nah, it's all good. Oh, but let me tell you, we're about to hear the story of like, what happened with the controller. Like, man, I already heard that story 3 times. All right, I'll hear it a 4th time. Why not?
What's up, Mr. Carl?
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm still in Atlanta, actually.
Yo,
still in Atlanta.
I just want to tell you, like, James didn't like James was talking like bad about you, dude, and I was trying to defend you.
Man, I've been listening.
I got your back, dude.
Oh, God. Why are you still in Atlanta?
I decided to stay down here and chill because I have another flight that I can just catch whenever. So whenever I decide to book it. All right, basically what happened. The first flight I booked, for no reason, Southwest Airlines canceled my flight. So I have that credit. And I booked my flight on like Cheapo Air after Southwest screwed me over, but I can still use that credit for a later flight. So I'm going to stay here and just play and stuff. And then just go to like Civil War at the end of the month. I'll probably go to NorCal Regionals too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Nice to be able to do that. I gotta fucking work. Goddamn fucking people.
All I gotta do is sit in school and shit, and that's about it.
I wish I could sit in school. I've been going back to school for like the last 10 years. I just can't seem to fucking find out what school I want to go to. That's the sad part. I'm going to go back to school. I'm working on it.
A lot of school shit is BS. You really gotta find something that you really are interested in, or is a waste of time, I think.
Women. And that's it. That's
Go to
all I'm
women's
interested
studies,
in.
man.
I'm going to study women's anatomy. Is that a class? Does that exist?
It might be.
It's called gynecologist, I think.
The problem is with that profession is when you're starting the older ladies, older lady. What are you gonna do with that when that happens?
That's like that dude that like decides to take like a painting or a sculpture class, the painting women and then he gets the fucking disgusting one. Like, really, this is what I came on for? No, I came for the hot looking broads. Oh wait, I can't say broads because that's misogynistic and I'm not a womanizer and all that other bad shit. So let's get back to Carl. What the hell happened? I caught pieces of it and I actually watched the video and I started going through the thread. What happened?
All right. First, I'm gonna start with Atlanta Combat when I went to Scraps. Because I read the thread, I read the entire thread, and they were talking about, Star Charger said something about, it's karma because of what happened with me and Newbie. Well, we were playing on an Xbox tournament, and then all of a sudden, Newbie's like, well, I only have a PS3 stick. So I'm like, you're at a PS3 tournament, an Xbox tournament with a PS3 stick. I'm like, no, I'm not about to play on PS3 just because your stick only works on PS3. Mm-hmm. So then, like, smart guy was like, oh, well, we're going to DQ you. I'm like, how are you going to DQ me? Because he doesn't have the equipment to play on the right system. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I had no problem with waiting for his boy to get there with his stick or whatever because he had another stick coming or something. I wasn't saying, like, DQ him because I wanted to play him. I didn't care, but I'm not playing on PS3. Like, last times I played on PS3, I watched the game slow down like I'm playing in the Matrix, and I didn't want to deal with that. So he said something about that, like, bad karma. Like, dang, people really just hate me, And then, as far as, like, in the tournament, at final round, I'm playing King. I'm up like 70% in life. Hitting him with this flash combo or whatever. It's pretty much we're about to go to the next round. A controller disconnects. Now I'm like, yeah, this is not my controller. So I just put my hands up in the air. But after I put my hands up in the air, I dropped my controller. So it looked like I disconnected my controller because I had a wireless controller connected with a charge and play kit with no battery in it. But like since it dropped, it disconnected. But it said that the controller disconnected before I even dropped my controller. But they're trying to say, I fumbled my controller, which is not the case. Like in the video, you see me grabbing to pick up my controller because I was like, wait, hold on. They're going to think that I dropped my controller and that's what caused the disconnect. No, it disconnected before that. Now, there were 3 controllers actually plugged in. King was player 3. I was player 1. And King had a wireless controller just like me, except for he was using a battery. He didn't have a charge and play kit. And somebody else, had a controller or whatever. Like, playing to win is doing his best to try to make it seem like, I'm trying to be a scumbag or something like that. Like, he's like, yeah, this is my face turn, guys. Like, he's all on TYM, like, trying to make me look bad and shit. I'm just like, damn, like, seriously? Like, I don't get it. Like, playing to win goes around talking about how he's a doctor all the time and shit. Like, dude, stay in a house. Like, why the fuck are you coming to tournaments and shit if this is what you do with your life? I mean, I understand he might hate his life so much that he's using, like, tournaments and shit as an escape or whatever. Because honestly, like, if I had to take care of a family and I had to work just to fucking, at the end of the day, I'm going to go to a tournament and be a fucking asshole to everybody just to get my rocks off is not how I want to live life. I want to do something because I like doing it and not, you trying to mistreat others. I'll go to tournaments to play and have fun with my friends. Like, honestly, like, when I go to tournaments, I don't even want to hang out with the TYM community because of the way they act. Like, I rather, like, the last day I'm hanging out with Neo and Justin and shit, and we're at, like, Spondivus eating. Because this shit is getting ridiculous now to the point where it's, like, really toxic. I'm like, they turned the camera around and tried to make it seem like me and Shock were yelling at each other. Me and Shock had a misunderstanding, and like men, we handled it. And I was like, look, Shock, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just upset at, in general situation. Like I said something about laggy TVs and shit. I wasn't saying that the fucking event there was laggy. I'm talking about tournaments in general. I'm tired of showing up to an event and like the equipment is wrong or whatever. I was just venting in general. And I let Shock know that. Shock thought that I was trying to shit on the event. I'm like, no, I'm not shitting on the event. I'm not shitting on Combat Network or anything. I'm like letting him know. I'm like, dude, calm down. I'm not talking about you or anything that's being ran by you. And he thought I was trying to come at him. So I'm like, look, Shock, I know you were sitting there trying to defend me and everything. I'm not coming at you no way. He thought I was because, of course, I vented. I mean, like, anybody would be pissed off at this situation. Like, everyone gets upset. But they try to, like, blow it up. Like, I'm just some dude that's like, fuck this, fuck that. I'm like, no. Like, honestly, that rule is kind of ridiculous. Like, if anything, okay, we could look at it like this. We can say I was more upset. They were trying to say I did it on purpose. Like I paused or whatever. I'm like, no, I didn't do it. But of course, it's going to look like that. Especially like I can't recreate the situation. So they're like, okay, I did. All right. So we look at a logical standpoint. So say I did pause, right? I paused during my combo. I'm up 75%. Why the fuck would the person getting combo be able to be like, yeah, I got the match? I've seen many matches in Marvel 2 days to where like, there's a combo going on or whatever by somebody, and somebody pauses, and they just, unpause and let it resume. I've seen that so many times at Evo, but at this tournament, he's like, well, I'm going to take the match. How are you going to take the match or decide to take the match when you weren't doing the combo? It's me doing the combo. If anything, you should be able to be like, all right, well, I have to back away from you or something and reset the match or something.
I mean,
but it's like, yeah, let me take the round.
Unfortunately, they established this rule, and he was getting beat, so it was kind of a gift for him.
Right.
And I look at it and go, again, this is something, me personally, I would feel dirty for taking that win. Even if it was in top anything, I'd be like, listen, we all know each other. It's not like we're competing for.
What's funny, James? What's funny? Like I know I've talked to you about like my little issues with Forever King. Now we supposedly squashed that, right? Because it was real personal shit. That's why I didn't like him.
Yeah.
And then he's like trying to be all buddy with me at the event, and then he pulls that shit, and then like afterwards he gets drunk and starts talking about, oh, he's the best, and like talking hella shit. And then at the end of the night, he wants to like pour his heart out to me and shit. And be like, yeah, man, you're my boy. And blah. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then, pull that shit. It doesn't make any damn sense to me at all. Like, I've never seen people so like wishy-washy. Like, playing Winning, for example, he was super duper cool to me or whatever.
No, playing
when I was
with the
talking
Doctor.
about the Street Fighter and in Mortal Kombat, but now in Injustice, because I'm like kind of struggling because I don't know what character I want to use or whatever, or I don't play as much, so I'm kind of playing catch up. I mean, you've written a strategy guide before. When you write a strategy guide for a game, you don't fucking want to play that game anymore for a long time. Because that shit was basically work playing the game. You don't really sit there and actually get to enjoy the game like other people do.
Yeah. Now, playing the Winter Doctor?
Yeah, apparently.
What kind of doctor?
I think he's a foot doctor.
Maybe he's a gynecologist.
I was just going to say gynecologist, but then a foot doctor.
Foot dive.
Foot dive. Foot doctor.
Like, I think if like LeBron needed his foot to be freaking waxed or something or whatever, he looks like.
Can I wax your feet?
Right.
So now the controller falls, it pauses it, he takes the win. But now you got super mad about that. Now you obviously knew that was the rule. I mean, like I said.
Yeah, I know. I was just like I was more upset at the fact that they were saying that I could unplug my controller. I'm like, I didn't unplug my controller. Like I felt like they were just like, yeah, man, you did this. I'm like, I didn't do that. But they were penalizing me for something I didn't do. But because they saw me drop the controller after that the controller showed it was disconnected, like I dropped my controller because I was like, look, it wasn't me who did it. All I did was put my hands up. I just didn't put it in my lap before I did it. I just put my hands up. And then when the controller hit the ground, that's when it totally disconnected from my the charge and play kit. So then it was like, oh, P.O. dropped his controller.
Oh, so they're saying the drop.
Yeah, so I was upset at the fact that they were saying that I unplugged my controller. I'm like, I didn't unplug my controller. That's why I was more upset at. If I would have paused, okay, I would have been like, fine, yeah, he gets the match, whatever. I don't give a fuck. That's the rules. But the fact that people were saying that it was me who disconnected the controller is bullshit. That's not what happened.
Yo, Carl, why you disconnect the controller?
Man, obviously he needed the freaking the push to win.
Nah, man, he's just playing to win, dude.
Still, I mean, it was like with the CJ and Flux thing at Defend the North. I was like, guys, everybody's getting mental for like $12.
I was there for that.
Yeah, it was.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
CJ really lost his mind, and
Yeah,
there were people have to hold him back.
He went nuts, and granted, again, same type of scenario. We're all in the same community. I understand. Flux was like, oh, it's top eight, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You're fighting for pennies. I mean, I'll be an arrogant cocksucker. I make more in a week than any fucking tournament pays out. Simple. I'm not gonna cry. And now if it's your lifestyle and this is the way you think you're gonna make a living, well, you better have a tournament a week. That's gonna pay out, at least $1,000 or more.
Yeah, but I think like people just wanna try to be one of the best or not the best. So I guess top 8 has some sort of extent to some people.
So if I make top 8 at the next major, am I one of the best?
Then at least it starts to build a portfolio for you to at least show some results later on.
But now I look at it and I go, but what about a friendship?
Nah, dude, we playing to win here.
Playing to win what? Playing to win what? Shit, I'll tell you. If you guys, if McDonald's sponsored a fucking tournament and gave away lifetime of McRibs, you'll fucking see me come out and play to win. But
well, with $300-400, you could buy 400 McRibs.
I want a lifetime of them. I want to walk into any McDonald's anywhere, pull out my free McRib for life card, and they just start making them. Then then I'll play that hard.
I feel like maybe 400 McRibs could give you 6 months of your lifetime.
It could also shave about fucking 2 years of my life off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it actually be a lifetime.
Yeah, but I mean,
when you get done with the 400th one, you may not get to use more after that.
Man, speaking of some ribs, I'm about to go fucking to a rib spot tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Oh.
I thought you were gonna get ribs now. I was gonna say, damn, you got a fucking joint at 5:30 in the morning that serves ribs.
Nah, man, there's a place in walking distance of where I'm at.
Yeah, there's that spot by the hotel. Oh my god, the brisket.
The hotel. Wait, you guys are still over there?
He's still in Atlanta.
No. The last day I was there at the hotel, we caught up with everybody. Chris G, there was Chris, there was Ray, everybody. We ended up in some I think it was in Potbelly, might have been the name. It's walking distance from the hotel, and it's that nice down south just wonderful barbecue. I had the ribs, and I think they're still in my teeth. It was so delicious. Oh my god.
Oh, if they're still in your teeth, you fit the FGC. Brush your goddamn teeth.
Wow.
But I mean, it's again, this is what I was talking about with Ryan earlier. And winning is obvious. When winning becomes just winning and it ain't fun, why do it? You got an opportunity of friendships. I mean, yeah, East Coast and West Coast, we have our little bullshit rivalry. To be honest, I know East Coast is gonna hate me for this. We're the ones with more hate. You guys are too hippie, love-like and shit. But you guys also have that shit-eating grin on that you just want to punch sometimes. Like everything's so great, and you got this smile on your face, and I'm like, but it's not great. So stop smiling at me.
Man, be honest with you, I do not have fun playing Injustice. It's not fun. It's not the games,
enjoy it either.
People that I play it with.
Yeah. I honestly, somebody, I get those lovely Ask FM questions. People always say, well, why do you not play Injustice? Because I don't like it, and it's not the game. It's the community. The community has gotten so, I don't even...
Dude, it's like it's very toxic, and it does not help. Like the overall community's attitude does not help the game. Like, or
I mean,
help the game
okay,
grow. Like I
but
love
I
Mortal Kombat, I love Injustice, but I honestly like. I mean, I'm not saying I just like Street Fighter Marvel, but I just rather play Street Fighter and Marvel. I mean, everybody's so chill. I can hang out. Like if the game is just a game, you don't have to freaking. People take their rivalries in the game outside into life. It's ridiculous.
that's not in my like that's not in my like that's not how I feel. I feel like I feel that a lot of people that are not having fun with the FGC does have to do with like the people they hang out with at the event. Because like you can go to an amazing event, but if you like don't have people that get you or like understand you or whatnot, like if you don't have friends there, then it doesn't your experience is not like enhanced as much as it can be. Like I obviously want to make top 8 or better, all the time or win if I can. But like was that you, James?
What, feeding back?
I think it's
Yeah.
Webster.
No, Webster, you're feeding back.
Oh, yep. Hold on one second. Shit. Okay, always feedback.
Turn the air conditioner off. There you go.
Yeah, so anyways, I just really feel that it has to do with with like what friendships you make. Whether you do well or not. Like for me, like this scene is really, really fun. Like no matter what happens. And one of the reasons that makes me go is because like obviously like for me this is not like my main like goal or whatnot. I mean it's a really, really fun thing to do, and I'm a competitive person. So I obviously want to do well.
Man,
But
Neo, imagine like fucking you got people breathing down your neck just. All right, say you didn't make top 8 final round, right? Say there's like a big ass thread about it on a website that you go to that you like to go to or whatever, and calling you a fraud and shit. That's what happens.
yeah, no, but see, but Carl, look, check it out. Like that happens to me all the time anyway. Because like if it's not the top 8, it's like one of the money matches I played about, or it's like about my apparel line, or you can't pay attention to that, dude. Because like if there's gonna be people that like you, and unfortunately there's gonna be people that don't like you. So it's not about that. It's about your immediate friends that you attend tournaments with, that like make your experience better or worse. Like I learned a long time ago, like not to pay attention to that type of negativity, because like it happens since way back in the day, like clockwork and all those. I was just trying to do best and win those money matches, and I didn't think I was like hurting anyone, but there was always like negative comments on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't, like you were telling me right now how you got people breathing down your neck. Like, what good does it do for you to pay attention to that?
Wait, say it again. You broke up.
What good?
Did you unmute yourself?
Shit, am I still feeding back?
Yeah, you're feeding back. It sounds like you're grounding out.
How do you stop that?
I don't know. It sounds like your mic might have to, either you're grounding out with a headset or your mic is
that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to disconnect your controller, dude.
Okay, so this isn't better?
No, it's better right now.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Oh, but then once you're still feeding back. Hit mute.
I guess just unless you talk, just mute your thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Go ahead, Mr. Abraham.
No, I was just telling Carl, like, there's always going to be things like that on the internet. So it's tough to like try to please everyone. So I don't think it's
Man,
You're not gonna, and I told you this a million times, Carl. I mean, for every guy that likes you, there's 10 guys that hate you. In fact, you know what? Now that I got Abraham here, because you were one of the top 12, I think it was, scumbags of the FGC. I didn't even make that list, and I was kind of insulted. I was like, how did I not make the list?
wait, where's this list at?
It was on Reddit or some shit.
The thing is, like, the thing is like what I was telling Carl is like no matter what he does, unfortunately, and this just goes for about anyone that gains any type of attention. Like you said, there's gonna be good people, there's people that like you, and people that don't like you. Like obviously more some than others, but like that's not what makes your experience at actual like live events. Like it's the friendships that you make, which is why like that's something very positive seen. In my opinion, that you can find, but if you attention to those like that other stuff, it can be very damaging to like your experience. Like like how you were saying, the scene is like so toxic or what.
Yeah.
The NRS scene though, as a whole, is a different can of worms. It's funny because I find the Capcom community, when I first came back to this scene, the egos are there for their reasons, which is, they think their game is the king shit and everybody else has got to hold it. And that basically weighed in with how people treated other people in the community that might not have been Street Fighter or Marvel players. But ever since MLG, the NRS, which I hate calling it the NRS, the MK community, went on this fucking wacky tangent, and everybody's egos just went through the roof as if they hit lotto, and it's like the people that are actually the most egotistical aren't even people that ever got paid. It's like they feel they fell into these positions of authority based off of just the little time they had in the scene. Oh, I was here for MK9 and Injustice, therefore I should be allowed to be the most vocal. Now, I'm not saying be vocal, it's how you do it, though. Don't turn around and start telling people they're stupid. If I'm telling you you're stupid, it has nothing to do with the game. And these people will belittle you if you don't agree with what they say 100%. They just belittle the shit out of you. And then they'll troll you on top of it. And Tom Brady says it best, at what point is trolling not trolling?
Yeah, it's a tough one because somebody's trolling can be an insult. I don't know.
I mean, I can turn around and go, hey, I fucked your mother. Oh, dude, my mother's dead. I was just trolling. Now,
yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Okay, how's this?
Now you sound better.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay.
So, well, what say you, Mr. Digimon? Haven't heard from you in a while. I know you want to say. I know you got nothing but love for TYM.
Man, okay, so pretty much all the time I usually come on here, it's usually with negative crap. And unfortunately, today is the same thing.
Why? No.
But this time I'm actually kind of salty. Like, this is like my very first official like putting someone on blast, because I felt like I was very disrespected when for once I go into a stream chat and I try to be like civil and not disrespectful to like what I'm watching, and actually in like a lighter sense try to say like I'm trying to support injustice. So basically, I final round, everyone's talking about what happened at the tournament. I'm talking about what happened on the fucking stream chat. So basically, like, Master and other people are asking me questions, just normal questions about how I feel about the game, why I don't play it, whatever. I mean, I'm really not nobody. I don't really play Injustice, so I really don't have a say. But Master, I have people that respect me from MK9,
Yeah.
so they ask me questions. And basically, anyone that knows me knows that I try to keep it 100. I don't like being fake, and I don't like fake people. So basically, the things that I was saying was just me being honest about how I felt about the game, why I don't play, etc. And this fucking douchebag Storms fucking bans me just for answering questions. And he kept banning me because the questions that I was answering to him weren't appropriate or weren't acceptable to his ideals or the benefits of TYM or NRS. And I'm like, dude, you're trying to control what the fuck I'm saying. Like, dude, I'm not gonna sit here and like just tell you what you want to fucking hear. What the fuck is that? I don't do that for anybody. I don't even do that for my mother. Why the fuck do you think I'm gonna do that for you? Are you serious?
Oh, wow.
I mean, he banned me like 6 times, and then he permanently banned me twice, and then everyone in the stream chat was like, where's Digi? Why the fuck did he get banned? And then Storms at the end, well, in one sense, he tried to apologize. Oh, Digi, I'm sorry. I mean, you're unbanned now, whatever. And then he did the same.
And then they're like, final round's over.
No. And then he did it again. And then he says, I never said that. I never apologized. If you say it again, I'll ban you. Anyone else who has a problem with it will be banned as well. I'm like, dude, this is not fucking TYM, dude. You can't like carry your ideals from your fucking website over to a fucking stream chat. I don't give a shit if it's Combat Network or Team Spooky or whatever, dude. Get off your fucking high horse. And a lot of people on the stream chat was like, dude, Storm shouldn't be in power because he's fucking power hungry and shit. So Storm, let me just put you on blast. You're a faggot. You're a bigger faggot than I am. Okay? So that makes you an ultra faggot. Like Ultra Street Fighter, you're an ultra faggot. Alright? And if I ever meet you, don't you ever fucking speak to me. Because if you do, I might choke the shit out you. Because you're a faggot. The kind I don't like.
Alright, well, you can't use that word on the show.
Okay.
That gets me bad.
Well, that's I'm saying faggot with O's.
Oh.
So it's not as bad. But, I mean, you ban people from your site because we don't say what you want us to say. You ban people from your site because people have different opinions. Why the fuck is it? When is it bad? Why is this such a crime to have different opinions now? Well, I mean, what is this? Do I have to agree that Injustice is the greatest game in the world?
It is. You didn't know. You didn't know that?
That's not even true. You know, I mean, and I get it. People are like, we're tired of hearing you say the same thing all the time. Jesus, shut the fuck up. I get that. And I try, and I swear to God, I try not to. But when people ask me questions, what am I supposed to say? I can't speak to you about it unless we're in a closed, situation. I mean, really, I can't freely talk about, I can't freely answer questions. Is that how it works?
It's reflective of our community. Your opinion makes us look bad. You're a cancer to the community.
My honest and truthful opinions make the community look bad, I guess.
No, it don't. It's again, these guys act as if this gets them some free stuff or something. NRS don't give a fuck about you. Just get it through your fucking head.
Yeah,
it's a fucking company.
Is, dude, I mean, if they, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that douchebag and say, like, if they would have listened to me back in MK9, we wouldn't even be in this situation. God damn it. You guys would be better off. You would have a much better game. You know what? We'd even have a final patch. You know why? Because it wouldn't have just been me running my fucking mouth by myself. Everyone telling me to go shut the fuck up and just play or change characters. You'd all be like, man, this game is bad. We all need to come together as a fucking community and put our foot in NRS's ass. But you know what? Maybe your foots weren't that big. Maybe you had this little 9-inch shoe. Because you guys are scared to speak up for your fucking selves. But apparently you guys are doing it now in Injustice, so I guess it's working, I suppose. You got your 1.06 patch that didn't even get applied to all the final round stations, but that's a whole different story, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, dude, the tournament ran so behind because of that. Because everybody was like, oh, the Sinestro patch. I'm like, dude, you know what? This patch doesn't even concern certain characters, so on certain matchups, you just run the fucking how it is. Turn ran, I think, it ran a little bit longer. It's not anyone's fault, but the people who, put the patch out instead of, it wasn't even a patch, it was a hotfix. You have to, like, sign online just for it.
I like how Playing to Win purposely said that he used that glitch on stations that weren't patched. He purposely did that.
Yeah, and apparently everybody's like, yeah, he's the face turn now. Like, I don't know why they do that shit in our community. Like, yeah, this person's a heel, this person's a face. Like, they act like it's WWE and it's
Dude,
fucking.
And you know me, I love the WWE mentality to a degree. I mean, I don't need to see 16-bit dressed up like a fucking lumberjack in a lumberjack match. I mean, but when I hear and I like 16-bit, but I hear this shit about stocks. You motherfuckers ain't. You know what? All of your stocks is worth the same. Shit.
Damn. Call us broke.
Stocks up, stocks down. The fuck are you talking about?
It's dumb. I think it's really stupid. Like it's.
Oh, I know what's going on.
This is why I want to. I really love Marvel. I love Street Fighter, and the people that play it, I've known them for years, and I'd rather just play that and hang out with those guys.
Marvel, baby.
I know, man.
I don't know about that. I'm still working on that. It's not working.
Yeah, James, we're going to top 16, man.
I just got to make sure fucking Rog don't get fucking top 8 in Justice.
Yeah, because you better hope that, because James top 16 at Evo, you better be in here for his matches.
Come on. Come on. He ain't even playing it.
It's not unrealistic that he will get it, but your situation on the other hand, I don't know, bro.
It's fucking fantasy. I know it. You think I'm out of my fucking mind? I'm not stupid. Dude, I'm like, oh shit, I got a 9-hit combo. Awesome.
Hey, sometimes that's all you need with Virgil, right?
I don't even know. Who's Virgil?
Virgil.
He's just like low tier character. Dude. Don't.
I'll stay away from him. That's the guy that's the guy with the spinning swords.
Yeah, they don't do much damage at all. So
No.
I don't recommend that character.
No, I was gonna use. I want to use Servbot.
That's Marvel too, huh?
I know.
No, you know he's actually in there. It's just like a part of Tron.
I'll use Tron, Dormammu, and who else sucks? Who's that green motherfucker? Looks like a Vulcan.
Hawkeye?
No, green dude.
That karate guy?
No, who's that green dude, Abraham? That fucking...
The karate guy.
No, not the karate guy. Green skin. Looks like Skrull.
you know what else?
Skrull.
Oh, Super Skrull. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
and I'll use
Hey,
that
yo,
motherfucker.
do they do this?
Tron or
Marvel?
Mob?
Yeah, that's my team.
That's like a promising team.
Wait. Who is the karate guy I was thinking of? He just does martial arts.
Soul Fist, or whatever the hell his name is. Iron fucking...
Iron Fist.
Iron
Hey,
Fist.
are you serious?
No.
Like, are you trolling? Like,
No, are
I
you...
don't know that nigga name. What's his name?
Yo,
his name's
hold on,
Iron
yo.
Fist.
Oh,
Yo.
okay.
In Marvel, do they do this? If the community looks at a fucking bracket and then they see that they have to play their boy or something or whatever, they try to like change the bracket. Like and over here, well, as far as like TYM, I'm not even gonna say NRS community because there's probably people who are actually normal who play that fucking game. But people on TYM, they got basically final round, right? They get to a tournament. The bracket changed like totally different from what it was supposed to look like. Because everybody's like, man, I got to play my boy. There's a bunch of freaking members of my team in my bracket, or whatever. So fucking what, dude? Like,
Okay, now when in the bracket though? Because we talked about this earlier, so we can definitely get into this because I love this conversation.
okay,
I think like he was just saying, let it rock. Look,
yeah, let that shit rock. Honestly,
But
I
when,
feel like
though?
this. You should have only 8 seeds or 4 seeds or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And then like randomize the bracket. I don't give a fuck where you're from.
yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna make fucking F Champ and Abraham play first match, but if 3 matches in they gotta face each other, fuck it, hold it.
Yep, I agree with that.
I mean, how long? What am I supposed to keep you spaced so you're guaranteed both top 8? No, one of you's gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Oh.
And like we talked about earlier, if they don't pre-register and they come and sign up for the tournament on the day of,
I make sure you're in there fucking playing your boy.
Yo,
No,
they were supposed to be in a pool for people who didn't pre-register, and they just threw them in everybody else's pools. There's actually supposed to be a specific pool for that.
Yeah, see, they
well,
didn't-
usually they're randomized
they didn't
in.
tell me
So
about that.
Again, people calling in and in. Boop boop. Hold on a second. I'll recall you in a sec. I don't know what that is. Sometimes fucking people call in from, and it just fucking hangs up. What the fuck? Alright, let me call the. There we go.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay.
Alright, we're back. I had to redo this. Digimon, what happened to you? Let's call you back in.
I miss my Digimon.
All right, so what? Like, here's what happens though with some people. Like for me, like I wasn't sure that I was gonna be able to make final round until like a week before. So I didn't like. For me personally, like that's the reason why I signed up late because you can't do it on the website. It says you have to do it at the door.
Yeah.
So I went to the door where the website said, and when I got to the door, you know, I just paid the fee and I was put in a bracket. Like, I mean,
look. I mean, at that point, you're beholden to what's available. At that point, your seeding position should be irrelevant because you didn't sign up early. And that's just the way it should be. But, you know, this mentality that, you know, people got to be beholden to you because, you know, either who you are or, you know, the fact that, you know, you came here. I don't care if it's Chris G himself. You came here late.
I think they gave me a seating because I brought them like a Wins Marveler. They were pretty happy.
Oh, you gave them shirts, so you bribed them.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I would do that. I lied to Evo. I told him my grandmother died, and that's why I showed up late, and they put me back in the pools.
Wow, James. I mean, let's not push it there. You know
Why? My grandmother did die. It was about 15 years ago. I didn't say when she died. I just said she died.
Oh wow. So how does that particular event, you know, have to do with you being late for Evo?
Well, my wife was upset at the time, so I had to console her over the phone. She never got to meet my grandmother.
Oh.
I got logic to everything.
Is that right?
May not be the greatest logic, but it worked, and it got me back in.
How'd you do?
What'd I go? 2 and out, 2 wins, and then I lost 2-2 or 3-2. I can't remember. I lost to Sunk, and I lost to some fucking dude that spoke no English.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I made it, I don't even remember what the first thing out of pools was, though. I made it 1 out of pools.
Well, it was definitely worth it.
It was. There's nothing wrong with lying once in a while, as long as you do it right.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
What? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You want me to be, you know, the honest engine? That shit don't work with me. Honesty gets you nowhere.
Wow.
Go ask anybody on Wall Street. Honesty didn't get them paid. You know, but Daryl, man, what's up, sir? Daryl.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
I hear you now.
Hey, James, how's it going?
Good, sir. What's going on, man?
Good. Just woke up.
I'm trying to get Digimon back on here. I know you want to talk to him. There we go. Hopefully he calls me. Yeah, I mean, what's he saying here? All right, he's calling me back. Again, you know, this whole thing with the brackets, and you know, it is what it is. You get dealt. Why is it not letting me? This call will put my call on hold. No, we don't want that. What the fuck, man? Decline. And let me try to fucking add him again. Why ain't you coming in now, Digimon? The fuck you do? I don't know. It's not letting me add him. See that? You come on Daryl and now I can't add Digimon back. Way to go.
Yeah.
Alright, James, man. Neo Shin. Man, I don't even know how to say your name, but thanks for the pictures. I'm about to head to sleep.
Wait, yo, add me on Xbox.
Well, I won't really be on the Xbox Live for like a while.
I thought you were selling that piece of crap.
I sold my Xbox One, not my Xbox
360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll get at you later.
All right, man.
All right.
Peace.
Later. Oh, wow. The whole call dropped? Really? There we go. Now we're working.
Wait, hello?
Hello.
Is everyone here?
All right.
Everyone's here except for Carl. Carl left.
Tacos.
Carlo.
Yo, guys, a jerk.
Tacos?
You add me.
Why? What do you want to get beat in?
Street Fighter.
Oh, I'll blow you up.
Nah.
I know. I can't beat you in MK2 either, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, on the subject of Street Fighter, I got to watch Chris G play some Turbo with Afro Cole at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
And
he actually beat him with Fei Long. And it was a good match. This one guy, I have no idea. Oh, Diminion?
Diminion?
No. Dominion is in France. His original Street Fighter player, Daimi. I don't remember his name, man. He bodied 9 people in a row with Honda.
Honda's godlike. Dude, what happened? Everybody lost their voices now?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm here.
So, alright. Digimon. So needless to say, you're putting on blast fucking storms to test your might.
Basically, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I just think Storm's banning me from TYM and from stream chats is just stupid. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing when a community can't just handle like criticism. I mean, I don't give a fuck if it's that day or you hear it once every week or every once a day. It doesn't matter, dude. I mean, if I didn't give a shit about the game or the community, I wouldn't say anything. I would just never say nothing and wouldn't care. But you know, it's like you have a game. I mean, it can't just be me. I'm sure like if fucking Neo, like if there was a problem with Marvel, like I'm sure there's problems with Marvel. I mean, if it was like drastic problems that you want to see your favorite game get better, why would you not say anything? Why would you just let it rock? I mean, wouldn't you want change? Wouldn't you want your game to get better? I mean, why is there like 6 iterations of Street Fighter 4? Obviously, because the community wants better for their game. They want their game to be successful and stay up, on top.
Or
So why
Capcom's just greedy.
Huh?
Or Capcom's just greedy.
Or that, So, but I don't get it. And the saddest part is that now they're realizing that, damn, MK9 is fucked up. Maybe we should have, demanded the patch or came together as a community, write petitions, hit up NRS, make tons of videos, saying what's wrong and what we want fixed and demand this and this and that. I mean, how do you think the Capcom community got where they are today? By just sitting back and just letting it rock until the next game? No. They fucking demanded petitions. They got on those case. They fucking booed. They didn't even support Street Fighter Cross Tekken when it first came out. The game was so fucking bad. They didn't even support it with tournaments or nothing. They just let it rock. And then Ono was like, "Oh, this is very bad. We gotta fix this." I got a terrible Japanese voice, but anyway. I mean, now we got version 2013 or whatever, or 2012. So
Daryl, you're killing me in the chat. Was I really like, dude? You're amazing.
Yeah, you don't remember that message?
I don't remember. Dude, you're amazing. I aspire to be like you one day.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty cool.
See, now, what I don't understand, Digi, is this. All right. I don't understand why anybody ever gets banned.
Yeah, me neither.
We're a bunch of fucking adults, or at least half adults. And it's like, I'm going to ban you. If you say something I don't like, I'm going to ban you from my channel. Shut the fuck up. I'm not banning nobody. And that's one of the problems with this scene is that's part of the quote-unquote the children's mentality power struggle. That sounds like a fucking a charity firm. But it's true. Like, you say something you don't like, I'm banning you. It's I don't see SRK do that.
Well, it takes a lot for them to be banned. I mean, I'm gonna say here. I mean, I'm no saint, dude. I mean, I've been banned from every community except Smash Brothers community. But that also means that I've been involved, But that also means that I've been involved in every fucking scene, from anime to Smash Brothers to Soul Calibur to Tekken to Street Fighter to everything. I've played every game competitively. I wouldn't say at the highest level, but at a pretty solid level.
Yeah.
And I've been banned because, I mean, back in the day, I was banned because I'm just a fucking douche. I'm a fucking troll. I talk lots of shit, and I didn't give a fuck. But now, especially in TYM, only TYM, tell you the truth, I've been banned because I have a fucking opinion, because I care.
I mean, I had Devil May Spy on here earlier, and I could see where his opinion tries to get passed on as law. And I heard people complaining about him banning people in chats. And I'm like, don't take it so serious. You're playing video games, dudes. You're not curing cancer. You're just playing video games. When you get to my age, you can't do this no more, guys. You got to get a regular job.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the sad thing. It's like, you know, when I hear people say I'm going to play video games and make $1 million, well,
Morons.
either you're going to be playing video games and selling crack on the side, because you ain't making $1 million and doing this. You know, and people take it so much to heart that it gets to the point that it made me walk away from the Test Your Might community, because, you know, I try to fix parts of it, you know, that is, or should I say, I feel is fucked up. And I was dealt with, you know, I was greeted with, you know, animosity. I get asked, why do the West Coast people hate you? I don't care. I don't care if they hate me. What, Wonder Chef? That stink ass should be happy that I fucking, that he's even breathing.
That's terrible.
No, it's the truth. I stopped fucking napalm from killing him dead. And you know what? Listen, if you saved my life, Digimon, I would fucking be like, yo, dude, every time I see you, thanks. You always have my back. I stopped him from getting pummeled. He would have been stomped like fucking a Shin out of 300. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, then they go on to their little chats and their streams and their podcasts and say, JamessMK, he's a dick. All right, I'm a dick. Big fucking deal. I never said I wasn't a dick.
I just want to say for the record that I exclusively sat next to Wonder Chef when we commentated at Evo 2011, and I can honestly say for that time I didn't smell anything bad. So I just want to go on record in saying that there was one moment in his life where I can say for sure that he did not smell like Storm's underwear, like ass. Okay, so I just want to let that be known.
Duly noted. All I know is when he got hit, a cloud of dust came off of him.
Damn.
Yeah, as he hit the floor, green smoke billowed around his body. But, you know,
He said Wonder Chef smells like Wanda Sykes' bloody tampon. That's terrible. It's fucked up, James.
you know, shit happens. You know, but the point is that, you know, people, you know, like Carl getting all, you know, upset and angry and mad at the shit that's going on. He's been in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really expect something different?
Well, you know, I've always had PL's backing. He knows that. I'm not just saying that just because he knows I've always supported him. And I've always been asked why. I tell you, since I'm no longer a staff on TYM, those people are so fucking dirty behind the scenes. It's not even funny. I mean, I remember seeing Storms purposely plot to get this guy banned off TYM. Purposely. Just because he doesn't like him. And he tried to dig up all the dirt he could and tried to get other, you know, mods to agree that he wanted to ban him and get him gone because he just thought he was like a sword to the community and shit. And then, and because I know this because I was a staff member behind the scenes, and then, you know, kind of see these threads and all this buddy shit. You know, Pig of the Hut used to talk mad shit. Now he got buddy. And I mean, I respect that they're cool now, but it wasn't that way from the start. And now and then PL just said the same thing that's happening now with him and Forever King and shit like that. It's just all this fake shit. I hate that. I hate fake people. I hate people that just say things to just try to get by, and they truly either don't feel that way or behind someone's back they say something totally different.
I mean, when I say something, and like I've had people say, "Oh, he just says stuff to get a rise." No, if I say it, I pretty much do believe it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, you know, when I came back to Twitch, you know, one of the rules were don't use certain words, don't use rape. I was like, guys, I never did that. You know, and
yeah, I don't remember anything about that, man.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are taking it to a Super Saiyan type shit. I said,
yeah.
I mean, I let people say what they want. You know, the Homeboy Tyson video, was it extreme? Of course it was. You know, but, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. If I watched it before I played it, would I have still played it? Yeah, because I laughed.
I laughed. I mean, I hated mine, but I laughed at it later.
You know, but, you know, when you get past it and you see the fact that, look, he made them about me, you, fucking everybody. There wasn't nobody in the MK community that didn't have a fucking song made about him. And you know, when you get past it, and it comes down to that, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you shouldn't be laughing at all.
True.
You know, and I've gotten my balls broken nonstop, and I go, yeah, okay. You know, I mean, let's see what tonight's Ask FM questions are. Do you just wake up in the morning and say to yourself, I'm going to suck a fat dick today? I love your show, James, but seriously, get that cock out of your mouth. That's an Ask FM question to me. You know, and it's like, I honestly, like I said, I laugh. You know, what other exciting ones do we have today? Anything else good? Actually, it's been pretty civil. It's weird. I don't know.
That's scary.
Yeah, that means there must be a flux of fucking cold questions going to be coming in this week. Will you replace DarKNaTaS with Devil May Spy as the co-host? He is the real professional and wear Gucci suits as the co-host. James, that was on. Where was it? Oh, remember the old theme that I had, the gun theme, the intro where the guns were fucking shooting? That was when we were really putting people on blast. Oh, is your ex-wife available to fuck?
Jesus, man.
I said she.
Terrible.
I said she may be lined up after your mom. Oh, and they responded to that. James, that was uncalled for. My mother is dead. Anyway, I work 9 to 5 at McDonald's. Think your wife would dig me? Well, no more than I dig your mom. Dig her up, that is, before I fuck her. You know, you gotta kind of, you know, you just kind of. But those are the kind of questions you get. I don't let it bother me. I laugh at it.
Oh man.
You know,
You are ruthless out there, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, you haven't heard some of the ones. Let's see if I can get one of the good ones. One of the actually, as we speak, a question just came in, but I didn't see what that is. When people say your ex-wife, do they mean the hot bitch that would walk around in her panties over the past 2 years when your show was on? I haven't watched OBS since it left Twitch for a long time. It's not bad.
No.
No, it's like. Here we go. Does the dude in Homeboy Tyson's videos ever wear clothes? I don't know.
How the fuck do we know?
You know, it's just the type of stuff I get.
You know, I'm surprised there's not a single question about you fucking a cantaloupe.
No.
I'm actually very, very surprised that there's not one question about fucking a cantaloupe. That's crazy. I'm disappointed in the community now.
You know, that cantaloupe pic you put up that was godlike. I love that cantaloupe with the fucking eyes. What is this? Lucky a guinea pig. Do you think I should bother to watch all the On Blast Show archives with Mr. I Got Bass? James, can I come on the show and blast the faggot DMS? I am willing to fight him Rocky 5
Oh,
style.
shit, I know exactly
Yeah,
who's
that was
that.
that was me. That was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wait, is this the guy from Illinois? Daryl?
Wait, it's Bloody Fetus.
You're Bloody Fetus?
Bloody Fetus, yeah.
This guy is going ham, man. This is a retard. This Oh, man. I respect it.
You know, but now, every once in a while, here's a good question. How come the people in your Skype are just now understanding that the Twitch chats are mostly for comical relief? That's true.
It is true.
I mean, if you're coming into a chat on this show or any other show and think you're going to learn some kind of science lesson or something, you're out your mind.
No.
Let's see. I had a couple of really good ones that like stuck out. That were like, I don't get it, James. Oh, no, that's actually. This is when the real fucking negative shit. Where is it? What do you mean you don't care how much they make?
Someone just posted your link.
Oh, yeah. Have fun. Send me millions of questions. I'll answer them all. I do all the time. You say the T.O. should enjoy 50K. Yeah. If Jesus has a fatality, what would it be? And don't say it would be a friendship because that's a goddamn cop-out. I wrote, well, he would put you onto a cross and stab you with a spear in the ribs and pull one of your ribs out and stick it in your fucking mouth. I mean, that, would be a pretty good fatality, right? For Jesus? Or is that too much?
Yeah, I kind of steer away from that.
It's a bit much.
Wow.
It's all in love. You can say shit like names, but there have been a few times on your show when you said something and claimed that you couldn't reveal the name. So shut the fuck up with that contradictory bullshit. You're not respected in the Netherrealm community, you fucking clown. These Capcom jerks. Who's hotter in The Walking Dead? Rick, Daryl, or Glenn? Daryl. Yeah,
That was fast.
Well, come on. It's fucking Norman Reedus. He's a goddamn model. Anytime someone dishes you, you're quick to assume that it's someone from the Capcom community. Cut that shit out. Even the people in the NRS community can't stand you. Relax and take your fucking meds. Who has a bigger cock, Kintaro or Mutaro? You ain't putting shit up.
I'm sorry. Oh.
You didn't answer the question, James.
Actually, I did. It was, I think it was, where the fuck was the answer?
Fuck.
Yeah. How do you feel about Devil May Spy touching boys?
What the fuck?
I put Motaro for the answer. Sometimes it's not even questions, it's just fucking statements. James MK, as a MK player, I am entirely ashamed of you. The last few months have been, for the most part, Capcom heavy, and now all this bitching and whining about their league. Who gives a rat's ass, old man? How about you come back and concentrate on the Netherrealm side of things and quit bitching? Pathetic crying is all you see all day because you're looking in a mirror. If people don't reach out to other parts of the scene, then hey, move the fuck on and play what you like to play. Being a bitch and talking negative shit won't work or fix anything. All you do is conspiracy BS from OBS. You said in a recent reply, I don't even play Injustice. Now you say that you do play it, always contradicting yourself. Alright. This is EMP, the Anderson Silva Anderson Hespec show. I have the good question. The esports have the PC for fight, the keyboard, the fight game, have very hard control, shuriken with keys. It is hard. What is good way to make Street Fighter game better on keyboard? Thank you. Really? Broken ass English.
That's a hard
how are you going to tell people to play every game to support your scene and you don't even play Injustice? You left your webcam on and we all saw you jerking off to gay Sub-Zero and Scorpion porn. Damn it, caught again. Damn. But this is, just going through this shit, I've gotten told, die. You don't think Capcom Pro Tour is a positive thing. Oh man, all you look for is drama for your show. Be happy with your 50 viewers.
While we're looking at 180, that guy can hold that.
At 6 o'clock in the morning. There's a positive announcement and all you can do is negative stuff. How can you expect other games to grow when players don't support them by showing up? What else do we got? How do we make the OBS community bigger? Let's be honest, the stream is peanuts compared to some of the West Coast elitists. I'm not trying to compete with them. When are you going to tell that bum-ass nigga Mike Watson to stop having the... What's your favorite song of all time?
What is your favorite song of all time, James?
Fade to Black by Metallica.
Awesome.
Do you hate gays? How many hours a week do you usually work? What do you think about marriage? Could the arcade scene ever return? Yeah, okay. James, how ready are you for MK10? You a lonely dude, ain't you? This scene will never grow because of people like you hitting on every underage girl in all the majors you go to.
Oh my goodness.
Why do you think that you are seeing... Oh, actually, I went up to 8 questions. What's your favorite role in your acting career? Hellboy and Sons of Anarchy. I guess I'll go with Hellboy. If you could choose 5 members of the FGC to Bukaki, you would oh, wait. If you had to pick 5 members of the FGC to Bukaki, who would they be and why?
Wow. What a fucking question.
This is not a question. This is a direction. You need to check out this game called H-Hour World Elite. It is a SOCOM 2 successor. If you have played, guaranteed it will be esport game. I want to put on blast C88 group for trying to steal players from other groups to represent them. Say this on air. Fuck you, C88. Learn your place, faggots.
Damn.
Hey, whoa. I'm an 88. That bitch, I'll beat his ass.
Don't kill the messenger, man. How much could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could cock? Yeah.
The old classic.
Hey, would you bow down to Sherry Jennings and lick her toes? I want to worship her and be her slave. Nina also can take a shit in my mouth. I mean, this is,
Wow.
When are we ever going to go out drinking again, homie? I'll be at PAX. And if you need a homie to rep the Smash scene on your own, I'll be at PAX too, brother, whoever you are. Do you wake up in the morning and say to yourself, I'm going to suck a fat dick today? I think that was the first one I answered. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I've gotten told everything.
You said you got new questions too?
Yeah, some of those were new questions coming in. Yeah, so.
Jesus.
I mean, that's, but then again, I don't take any of this shit to heart. I'm like, all right, whatever. What happened to all those other questions? Oh, wait, that's why. I'm getting them in left and right now. I'll have by the time I get on the train, I'll have about 40 questions to answer.
Damn.
Yeah, it's common. Going to ECT 6, yes. 15 days ago. Triforce is missing. Haven't heard of him in a long time. Whatever happened to homeboy Tyson? When's the next OBS? Will you be sponsoring Final Round? Any chances of an OBS episode dedicated to League of Legends? Yes, that is. I miss you, babe. The United States have a chance against both Russia and China.
In a war?
Yeah. No.
Russia and China?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Is OBS dead? What should the U.S. do if Russia actually invades the Ukraine? What am I, a president now?
Kick their ass.
Shoot. Yeah, kill. Any reason why the West and the mid-MK scene don't like you?
The who?
The West Coast and the Midwest.
We love you. I don't know where that came from. Midwest.
When you're sucking on a penis, how do you suppress your gag factor? I never attended a tournament before. What tournament would you recommend for a first timer?
Evo.
No, I said the most local for you. If you don't like it, don't go.
There
After
you go.
that, what's your take on pre-registering? Obviously, we've already known that. Of all available options, which would you consider to be your most favorite toe? Really? My favorite toe? The same players who moan, bitch, and complain about pre-registering only care about the tournaments they attend to and not the entire FGC.
That is not true.
They're trying to... No, it's actually... There's truth to this. It says the same players who moan, bitch, and complain about pre-registering only care about the tournaments they attend and not the entire FGC. They're trying to increase their chances at first place payout and don't like to be surprised by someone who didn't pre-register. Yeah, that's not true. Now riddle me this. Would be seen be better or worse with or without these 5 people? Alex, Vi, Triforce, Korn, Filipino Champ, and the Pro Host. Do you think Alex Vi is a scumbag like Keith or Jeb Bailey?
Hell no. None of them are scumbags, man. That's bogus as hell, man.
These are the questions, man. Do you find it irritating that some of the community leaders, minus Big E, Blanka, they are legit, cater too much to their friends rather than the community? Do you think anything wrong with MLG's approach? I heard the Cannons had a 3-way with an underage girl and you were there recording it all.
Damn.
Do the cannons smoke rib witches? How do you feel about schisms?
Who?
Schisms. Favorite shit to do other than masturbate? Do them corn fools go far sometimes? Favorite porn star? Lol. Fake ass white knights. A real nigga, James. Call out these fake asses on the show. You know OBS Army has you and will troll whoever you want us to relentlessly. Imagine that. I just started setting out hit jobs.
Mm.
When will you move on from the OBS show and let somebody younger take over? You seem to be getting up there in age. Do you think the people will have less of a problem of the ESGN girls if they were truly slutty? I think no one complained about Vanna White or the Street Fighter 4 Samson Korean girls because they were more classy and cute and not slutty. What's your high score on Flappy Birds? Do you think you can kick Big E or Shin Blanka's ass? Saw a bunch of those interviews with previous MK actors. Last I heard, you wanted to do some reunion show. Yeah, actually, I've talked to them all. They're all willing to do it. Who else? Let's wrap this up because I'm actually getting tired of reading and I got to get ready for work. On OBS, have you ever thought of taking care of the main talking points first and then opening the floodgates for everyone? Just got rejected from my girl for prom. Feel bad, but it's better than not knowing. Thanks for giving me courage. I feel good now.
There you go.
Yeah, see, I do good sometimes. What drives you to keep doing OBS? Do you care what others think of your opinions? What hope do you have for the FGC? How many cocks have you taken in your mouth at one time? Yeah, well, you know. Oh, shit, I got 8 more questions already? Jeez. Let's see. If you get a son, name him Guile. Does Cat know that P-Rog smashed Kayani at VXG? How much dope can a dope head smoke if a dope head could not dope? Who would win in a fight? Again, Shin Blanka versus Big E. Crazy 88 is the biggest... Oh, talking about you, Al, Daryl, not me. C88 is the biggest faggot I ever seen, right next to Digimon. Saw this on the stream.
Yeah.
Do you look more like Mickey Rourke or Ron Perlman? I started eating roaches and they're not that bad.
It's pretty gross.
I figured I got no money and no food and all these damn roaches crawling around my house. Hello, free fucking food.
That's fucked up.
Stop hating on us 09ers. We are 5 years old now. Alright, that's enough for tonight. Alright, guys, I gotta wrap this up. Digimon, come on earlier next week. Same thing for you, bloody fetus. And of course, fucking Lucky over there. You still awake?
Yes, sir.
You can't get out on us.
No, I'm still up, man.
So, you know, if you guys got anything, we'll start with Digimon, and then we'll work our way around. And if you got anything you want to plug it out there.
Okay. Shouts to you, James. Thanks for continuously doing OBS. It's a great show. I love it. It's very raunchy. It's very new. I love it. I just like the feel of it. Shouts to everyone here that participated in the show tonight. Shouts to Shin Blanka, who continuously 17 tournaments in a row ran, final round. Just great tournament. I really can't wait to go there one year myself, support him. I know he's a great guy. I know that he supports the community 100%. UFGT is May 23rd through the 25th in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. Please come out to it. It's a great tournament. It's the last tournament too.
Yeah, talk to your boy because I won't come unless I know I'm not getting kicked out.
You will be there. You can show up.
Because I'll go knuckle to knuckle with people.
No. You don't have to worry about getting kicked out. You can come. You can come to it. Fuck you, Storms. You're a douche. And I hope I never meet you in my entire life.
Don't worry. If you're at an event, if you're always at events, you'll never meet him.
Oh my god. That's it. And finally, I have zero faith in MK10. Just want to let everybody know that. You heard it here first. The game will be trash, and you will.
What if I'm
hopefully,
working on it?
hopefully this time you will
What if I'm
tell NRS odds.
what if I'm working on it?
Well, if you're working on it, then I have maybe a percentage of faith. But other than that, you know, I'm very confident that the game will be absolute garbage.
What if Storms is working on it?
Then I will make sure that the game won't be finished. So my time won't be wasted in no one else's. So yeah. But James, thank you so much for having me on.
All right, brother.
You guys have a good night.
Peace.
Okay,
Bye.
All right, Mr. Bloody Fetus.
Thanks for having me on the show. Shout out to Jack Dominion. Shout out to VXG Dollar Pot Split and Arcade Ghost. Devil May Spy, stay free. Yeah, and that's it. Have a good one, James. Thanks.
All right, brother.
All right, peace.
All right, Mr. Lucky.
All right, first and foremost, definitely shout outs to you, James, for staying up into these ungodly hours so we can sit here and vent and bitch towards you and talk about what we can try and do to change this community into something better. Shout outs to Jihan Krishklo, who couldn't be on today because he had to sleep to go to work tomorrow. Shout outs to Miss Melee for being an awesome photographer and a great partner at Final Round. Shout out to Shin Blanka for making a great tournament, and shout out to Cats because that's my favorite
That's
animal.
your favorite animal.
Yep.
Pussies. I like pussies too.
Yeah, right. Who doesn't like it?
So, you want to give some links out there? Throw them in the chat for people to check out some more of those pics, or you got to wait? Or
Oh no, we'll wait on that.
right.
It'll actually be on the Final Round event page,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, and then I'll definitely have some links next week ready for everybody to come take a look at everything.
All right, brother, let me go because I got to get my ass boogie and I got to get to work.
Yes, sir. Have a great night, man.
All right, man. All right, and again, everybody that has been sticking out for the stream, I appreciate all of you coming as always. Obviously, shout outs to Shin Blanka, Ryan Hart, Digimon, Chris Bahn from Put That Back. I gotta go down the list. Perfect Legend, Bloody Fetus, Digimon. Damn, I'm fucking losing my mind here. Who else did I miss here? Bloody Fetus. Let's see. Golden Boy Neo, Bloody Fetus, Digimon, obviously Ryan Hart, obviously King Ray Jr., Tekken Venezuela guys, just everybody that came in. I mean, I'm sorry I got to cut this short because my ass has got to get going. I got to get boogie for work. I'm already running late. But again, guys, thanks for coming in. King Ray Jr., D1, Highcraft, Abu Dhabi, David Hayter is always fucking checking in, Art Turo, and obviously Godzilla's always coming in here. Anyway, guys, I got to bust out, so peace.